Hello, my name's Ruth McFarlane and I'm applying for the role of Treasurer with the European Prison Education Association. I've been involved with EPEA for quite a few years now. I really enjoy being on the steering committee with a group of excellent colleagues, and I'm really keen to be a part of the future of this organisation. As a British person, I have to say that I feel quite embarrassed by the whole Brexit scenario, and really disappointed that Britain is no longer officially part of Europe. In my view, that means that those of us who support community and collaboration need to try even harder to make sure that we don't lose all of those valuable links. I'm also a bit embarrassed by my lack of languages. Many of my colleagues in EPA speak many languages, and I really applaud that. As a native English speaker, I'm very fortunate to have been born where I was. I have spent quite a bit of time travelling in Europe. Je parle un peu français, but I acknowledge my limitations in this area, and I appreciate the fact that my colleagues speak such excellent English. In terms of my background, I've always worked with people who are excluded from mainstream education. So I've taught in prisons, worked with many people who have just not fitted the boxes of mainstream education. I've also worked with children in care, and I've done quite a bit of work on mediation and restorative justice approaches. And previously I worked at the Open University, leading the prison education team there. And I now run a social enterprise which exists to support people in prison to access further and higher education. My organisation, my business partner, is someone who served a long prison sentence himself and has done all of his study while he was in prison. So he and I have a really strong understanding of the barriers that people face when they're studying in prison, and our organisation exists to try and break down those barriers and encourage people to have aspirational goals for when they're released from prison, because we know that if people are able to carry on studying and get into good employment, then that is going to reduce the chance of them offending again, and that means reduced harm and much better outcomes for society. So that's the little introduction to me. Hope to meet lots of you at the conference, and thank you for considering my application.